Hi there, I'm Alessandra Latour, a leadership expert with over 15 years of experience leading teams and developing leadership programs for over 400 leaders. I've had the privilege of designing learning programs for companies ranging from 15 to 5,000 team members, and I've earned a Doctor of Education degree to make sure that all of the programs I develop maximize learning and action. Through the Latour Leadership Academy, I empower emerging and existing leaders to embrace their authentic leadership style, create team synergy, and foster a positive work culture through curated and personalized learning experiences. In this podcast, we'll talk about how leadership can be found in everyday activities and provide practical tips for those who are new to managing or leading a new team. If you're a leader or hoping to be one, by title or not, I'd love to connect, get to know you better, and find out how I can help. You can grab a free resource on my website, latourleadershipacademy.com, and sign up for my weekly email newsletter where we talk about leadership skills, network, and share action-based ways to enhance team collaboration and positive productivity. In today's mini-sode, I get a little personal about how bananas can help you remain calm under pressure. It's probably not what you think. Let's get started.
Can you provide some tips for managing nerves and projecting calmness under pressure, especially during high stakes discussions? All right, so this one's a very good one too, right? So I don't know many people who are confident in public speaking. I myself was not confident in public speaking for a long time. I still get butterflies when I have to go speak publicly, when I have to do something like this as well. And what helps me a lot is, well, I can tell you a story from when I was younger, right? So I used to play the clarinet, and my clarinet teacher had me doing these solo performances for rating, right? So you went, you played in front of some people, and they graded you, and you got a score. And so, again, me not being a love of public speaking, a love of being in front of people, he's told me that eating bananas can help calm your nerves because of the potassium. And I don't know whether that actually works or not, but I can tell you that if I have a really big thing that I'm doing, I might have a banana these days, even still. So you could use bananas. The other options for managing your nerves and projecting calmness under pressure are rehearsing. So if you are giving a presentation, doing some rehearsing is going to allow you to practice what you're going to say, and think about what the response might be or how you can present something in a really streamlined way so it's easy to understand. Now, some people will say, well, should I have a script? And so I have my own theory on scripts, right? I think scripts are really good to get you to capture the important points. And if there's something that you want to say in a particular way, right? So if I'm rehearsing for a presentation, I might write a script. I might say, this is exactly what I want to say. This is how I want to say it. This is the tone I want to use. I want to ask questions in these places. Here's exactly what I want to ask. And then my rehearsal involves first going through reading that script out loud. If you don't do it out loud, you're not actually practicing. So your brain thinks that your rehearsal is the actual thing. It's very strange how that happens. So when your brain's thinking your rehearsal is the actual thing, you get more calm and clear about what you want to say the more you rehearse it, right? Because your brain's thinking, oh, this is the third time I've done this presentation. By now it's natural, right? So rehearsing is a big thing. And so start with the script and then start to refine that script down to a couple sentences to get you on topic. So if I want to talk about how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, let's say, I might first talk about what kind of bread I want to use, right? And so I might have a whole paragraph on why I choose whole wheat bread and why it's this brand and what it does for my body and all the things, right? And then I might go back later and I might say, my bullet might say whole wheat bread, nutrition information, right? And so now I'm saying, oh, I wanted to talk about whole wheat bread, and I remember the nutrition information because I'm the expert in what I'm presenting in. And now I don't need the whole script. I just need the bullet point to remind me that these are the things I wanted to say. And so I take that rehearsal from script down to those really pretty vague bullet points by the end, because I want the talk to feel natural, right? I want it to feel like a conversation. I want it to feel like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to be using all the filler words of like when I'm giving that presentation, because that can be distracting. So the script helps me start there and start to refine down what I want to say. Now, the other thing that I would suggest for managing your nerves and projecting calmness under pressure is to consider questions that people might have or concerns they might have and anticipate them, right? So you might want to make yourself a frequently asked questions document. So you go through your presentation and say, okay, if I was Ben CEO that I'm giving this presentation for, how's Ben approaching this project? What are the questions that Ben might ask that I could address within my presentation so that I either minimize the number of questions he has later, or if he asks one and I don't cover it in the presentation, at least I know how to respond. So making a frequently asked questions document for yourself to think about all the things that could come up and having a response to them will help you feel more confident in your talk. Now, the other thing is being able to say, I don't know, or I can get that information and get it back to you. So that's also something to be comfortable with, right? So you want to make sure that you feel confident in saying, that's a really good question and I don't know that answer, but I know where to find the information and I can regroup with you after and let you know. And if you give yourself a script to start with on how you would respond to that kind of question, any question, it could be anything. What kind of jelly do you like? Oh, I really don't know, but I'm going to look at my cupboard and I'm going to see what I have and I will get back to you on which one I usually buy, because that's probably my favorite. Right? So make yourself that frequently asked questions. You can start to integrate some of that into your rehearsal, but then also leave room for them to ask some questions, because you might get questions that you have no idea about if you don't anticipate something.
Thanks for joining me for this mini-sode. If we're not already connected on LinkedIn, you could find me there, sharing practical tips and insights on all things leadership. And don't forget to grab the free resource on my website, latourleadershipacademy.com, and get more great tips directly in your inbox. Have a great rest of your day and see you back here soon.